Welcome to Spirit Stories, Conversations with the Unseen. I'm Dr. Jen Bessire, Christian medium and healer. I talk with the spirit world to share their stories of Jesus, eternity, and the laws that govern all things. Is there purpose in the afterlife? Have you thought about how much it matters what you do there? Today I'm sharing the story of Steve, who talks about his experience in the spirit world. He talks about the state of those who know Christ and those who don't know Christ, and his experience seeking for purpose. It's 3:31 a.m. The house is quiet and dark. I'm sitting at my desk for my appointed time to meet with the next spirit who has a story to tell. My assistant in the spirit world, Theodore, is with me as always. Steve comes and sits in the chair across from me. I listen and I write his story as he tells it to me. Steve and Bill were running uphill and just about to get lost. The well that was dug was present still, but no longer capped off like they thought. We were best of friends, Steve begins. That fateful day, we were running and playing, and suddenly we fell into this big hole. We fell a long ways, and it was scary. We couldn't get out, and no one found us. Thankfully, we weren't there too long before we passed. When we got here, we were just as lost. We were only boys, 12 and 13. No one had ever talked about God. In fact, our homes were pretty rough and tumble. There wasn't much softness in them, although we knew that we were loved. It was just rough. Any talk about something like God or spirits would have been seen as too soft and pussy-like. Once we adjusted a bit, things were actually pretty cool. There was a lot to do and to explore, and no one to tell us what we could or couldn't do. We did this for a very long time. Eventually, though, we got bored. Steve continues. It seemed like there might be something that had some more meaning than what we were doing. One can only play for so long before a sense of purpose is needed. At least, that's what we felt. We started searching for something to do that had purpose, meaning. It was during this time that I lost Bill. Steve is still talking, but I'm not hearing anything. And this happens occasionally. What I've learned is that not everything is meant to be shared, and not everything is necessarily mine to receive. So what will happen is the spirit is talking, and they continue to talk, but it's like the volume goes off, and I don't receive anything, and I just wait, and then eventually things come back to me again. So this is what happened with Steve. He continues, and I pick up his story. When I finally returned, it was just me. I was so very sad to lose him. I don't know if we'll ever be able to get him back. I felt lonely without him. I spent some time in the sadness, but then I started my search again. I started to really observe the world around me. Not just seeing things to do, but watching the people there. I noticed there were two main types of people. Some were gray and dark, and some were very light. These bright ones were far fewer in number, but they were intriguing to me. They would come and go in a way that was curious. It was like they didn't live where we did. Everything's gone silent again. Theodore actually is gone too, and then I receive this poem. Steve's State. I sit and I wait. I stare at the gate and seek for a way to get in. The ones living there are different from me, light, bright, and free now from sin. Bereft of all guile, freed from the glue, stuck and wandering no more. But one way and one way only will do, that's following the Savior for more. His way is the truth, his way is the path, the one that leads to peace. All others there are, and many there be, that give only false relief. We seek and we find, according to will, what we are looking to bring us home still. But many don't know and don't care to ask if the one they are following can do the right task. It's important to know, for those still on earth, the time they have is precious. Use it wisely and use it for good if what you seek after is righteous. Follow the Savior if you know his name. Do the things he asks. Keep your heart pure and your mind free from mire, and you'll never any more to lack. Steve seems quiet now, and I sense his sadness. I don't know if I have any family who know about Jesus. I don't know how to reach them to tell them. Will you tell them for me? My meeting ends, and Steve and Theodore leave, Theodore with his customary, "Good work, Miss Bessire." What we do here matters. When we die, we don't magically transform into someone or something different, and we find what we're seeking for. As we see from Steve's story, we still have the ability to, and we get to seek for the light. And that true light is Christ. It is He who brings the freedom and the peace we desire. Steve's story is very much like Karen's from last time. She too was lost after she died. She met these beings of light who teach the gospel of Jesus Christ in the spirit world. I know that when we seek after righteousness and seek to do that which is good, it will lead us unto Christ and it will bring us peace. Thank you, as always, for listening today. I'm so grateful for your time and your attention. Next week, we're going to talk about those beings of light and the possibility of their being missionaries in the spirit world.